Hey guys, Karen here. This is week 2 of our New Testament challenge for the year, and we will be reading Sunday. Today's Saturday. Sunday, we should be finishing up with Matthew 7:6, and then we're starting on Monday 7:29, and this will run through to the next Sunday, January 15th, and we will end at Matthew 11:30. Okay, so I just forgot where I left it. Oh, and before I forget, because I've had a couple people ask what Bible I am in, and I am in the King James Version Study Bible. Okay, I really like it. It especially when I first started getting in the Bible, and there was a lot of stuff I didn't understand. So this Bible has text underneath it that explains certain verses and within the chapters themselves. And that has helped me a lot. It's helped me to understand and grow a lot. I know a couple of you told me the King James version is harder with all the these and thous and that's okay. You use the Bible that you have. I'm not requiring anybody to be in King James version, okay? Um just read the Bible, read whatever Bible you have, that's fine. I enjoy the King James version. This is the version that our church works with and uses. They're big believers in this in this one, and there's enough stuff that gets lost in the Bible when it's being translated out of Old Hebrew and Greek and stuff. We've lost enough in those when they translate it and stuff. But to me, this is how Jesus would have talked and how they would have worded their stuff when Jesus was alive. So it's a little extra sometimes, but it's okay. To me, it's worth it. I like to think that I'm reading Jesus's words or God's um, as close as I could back in that time. So I love my the KJV, but you guys read what you have, okay? It's not. This isn't required. All that is required is that you read, okay? Just read. So let's get started. Day 9, 7:29. And I'm not in the right one. There it is. Okay, yes, I am. Chapter 7:29. Okay, so we're starting with, for he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. Am I reading that right? No, I'm not. I'm sorry, guys. I jumped to the wrong one. I may have to check that in the description. 7:7 is where we're picking up at. Okay. Okay. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it will be open unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be open. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son ask bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? If ye then bring evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children. How much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them and ask him? Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do you even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat, because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. We just studied that in church. You want the narrow way, guys. Warning against false teachers to test. 7:15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree brings forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree brings forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits you shall know them. Sorry, guys. Oh, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that does thy will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that works iniquity. I can't pronounce it right, guys. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descends, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and does them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass that Jesus has ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. Chapter 8. When he came down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, there came a leopard and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou can make me clean. And Jesus put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleaned. Jesus said unto him, See thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded, for a testimony unto them. And when Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lies at home, sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Jesus said unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the words only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard it, he marveled, and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into other darknesses. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Jesus said unto the centurion, Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour. And when Jesus was come into Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. And he touched her head, and the fever left her. She arose and ministered unto them. When the evening was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the spirits with his words, and healed all that were sick, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, He himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. Now when Jesus saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee wheresoever thou goest. And Jesus said unto him, The foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. And another of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. But Jesus said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him, and behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. And his disciples came to him and woke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And he said unto them, Why are you fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? And when he was come to the other side, into the country of Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with the devil, coming out of the tombs, exceedingly fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have you to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them, and herd of many swine feeding. So the devils besought him, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. And then he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine, and behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and perished in the water. And they that kept them fled, and went their way into the city, and told everything, and what was befallen to the possessed of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Jesus. And when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. Chapter 9. And he entered into a ship, and passed over, and came into his own city. And behold, they brought to him a man sick of the palsy, laying on a bed. And Jesus, seeing their face, said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good cheer, thy sins be forgiven thee. And behold, certain of the scribes said within themselves, This man blasphemeth. And Jesus, knowing their thoughts, said, Wherefore think ye evil in your hearts? For whether is easier to say, Thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, Arise and walk? But then you may know that the Son of Man has power on earth to forgive sins. Then saith he to the sick of the palsy, Arise, take up thy bed, and go into thy house. And he arose and departed to his house. But when the multitude saw it, they marveled and glorified God, which had given such power unto men. Verse 9, I'm sorry. And as Jesus passed from thence, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the reception of custom. And he said unto them, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. And when it came to pass, as Jesus sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, They said unto his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? But when Jesus heard that, he said unto them, They that behold need not a physician, but they that are sick. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. And I will have mercy and not sacrifice. For I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Then came to him the disciples of John, saying, Why do we and the Pharisee fast oft, but the disciples fast not? And Jesus said unto them, Can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then they shall fast. No man putteth a piece of new cloth onto an old garment, for that which is put in to fill it up taketh from the garment, and the rent is made worse. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. While he spake these things unto them, behold, there came a certain ruler, and worshipped him, saying, My daughter is even now dead, but come and lay thy hand upon her, and she shall live. And Jesus arose and followed him, and so did his disciples. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years came behind him, and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, If I may but touch his garment, I shall be whole. But Jesus turned him about, and when he saw her, he said, Daughter, be of good comfort, thy faith has made thee whole. And the woman was made whole from that hour. And when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the minstrel and the people making a noise, I'm sorry, guys. And when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the minister and the people making a noise, he said unto them, Give place, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. But when the people were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and the maid arose. And the fame hereof went abroad into all that land. And when Jesus departed thence, two blind men followed him, crying and saying, Thou son of David, have mercy on us. And when he was come into the house, the blind man came to him, and Jesus said unto them, Believe ye that I am able to do this? They said unto him, Yea, Lord. Then he touched their eyes, saying, According to your faith, be it unto you. And their eyes were opened. And Jesus straitly charged them, saying, See that no man knoweth. But they, when they were departed, spread abroad his fame in all that country. And they went out, behold, and they brought to him a dumb man possessed with a devil. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spake, and the multitudes marveled, saying, It was never so seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, He cast out the devil, cast out the devils through the prince of the devils. And Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness, every disease among the people. But when he saw multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherds. Thou saith he unto his disciples, The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. Chapter 10. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples. He gave them powers against unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manners of sickness and all manners of disease. Now the names of the 12 apostles are these: the first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James, the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. As you go, preaching, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils freely. Ye have received, freely give. Provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purse, nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And into whatsoever city or town you shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and therefore abide there. Ye go thence. And when you come into a house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever not receive you, and whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words when you depart out of the house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Verily I say unto you, I shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the days of judgment than for that city. Oh, that's some heavy stuff right there. Behold, I send you forth a sheep in the midst of wolves. Be you therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But be aware of men, for they will deliver you up unto the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And you shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what you shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaks in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the child shall raise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endures to the end shall be saved. But when they prosecute you in this city, flee you into another. For verily I say unto you, you shall not have gone over the city of Israel till the Son of Man be come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is not enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Fear them not, therefore. Fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known. When I tell you in darkness, that speaketh you in light, and what you hear in the ear, that preach you upon the housetops. And fear not them which kills the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? but the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear you not, therefore, you are the more value than many sparrows. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever deny me before men, him I will also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta wipe my eyes up. Um. Oh. Okay. Okay. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. He that receives a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward, and he that receives a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And who shall ever give drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. And it came to pass, when Jesus made an end of the commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. That was the beginning of chapter 11. Sorry about that, guys. Let's do that again. I'm at 42, 10:42. And whoever shall give drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of disciples, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. Chapter 11. And it came to pass, when Jesus has made an end of commanding his 12 disciples, he departed thence to teach and to preach in their cities. Now when John had heard in his prisons the works of Christ, he sent 2 of his disciples, and said unto him, Art thou he that should come, or do we look for another? Jesus answered and said unto them, Go and show John again those things which you do hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, the poor have the gospel preached to them. And blessed is he who shall not be offended in me. And as they departed, Jesus began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, What went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in the king's house. But what went you out for to see? A prophet, yea, I say unto you, and more than a prophet, for he is that of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messengers before thy face, which shall prepare the way before thee. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there has not risen a greater than John the Baptist, notwithstanding he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violence take it by force. For all the prophets and the law prophesies until John. And if you will receive it, this is Elias, which was for to come. He that has ears to hear, let him hear. But whereunto shall I liken his generation? Is it like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, and you have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and you have not laminated. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, he has a devil. The Son of a Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous, and a wine bibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. But wisdom is justified of her children. Then he began to upbraid the cities wherein most of his mighty works were done, because they repented not. Woe unto thee! Woe unto thee, Chorazin! Woe unto thee, Bethsaida! For if mighty works which were done in you have been done in Tyre and Sidon, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I say unto you, I shall be more tolerable for Tyre and Sidon as the day of judgment than for you. And thou, Capernaum, which are exalted unto heaven, shall be brought down to hell. For if the mighty works which have been done in thee have been done in Sodom, it would have remained until this day. But I say unto you, that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for thee. At that time Jesus answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hasn't revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for so it seems good in thy sight. All things are delivered unto me of my Father, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father, neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son will reveal him. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and lean of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest unto your soul. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Okay, guys. This is where we will end today. I will be going back through. You see me mark a couple things, but I didn't want to mark everything and take up time with the reading. But I will go back through certain things that mean something to me, and I will definitely be highlighting them and stuff. Sorry guys, that's my dog Georgie. He's our neighbor. And if anybody doesn't do that, feel free to mark, highlight, make notes in your Bible of something that grabs your attention, because if it grabs your attention, then there's something about it. Okay, so just pay attention to that. But I am going to end with this now, and I will see you all next week, or in the group. Okay, so everybody have a great week. Blessings to you all. Bye, guys.